President of Blue Line Futures, get his reaction to these cross currents in oil. We got the new, faster spreading virus in the UK. Washington did agree on a stimulus package finally. Bill, thanks very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you for having me on again.
Bill, I mean, just looking at oil, you say that your longer term, you lean towards being bullish in oil. But even prior to this morning and worries over this British virus, you say the price had been lifted by euphoria.
Yeah, running into this, I mean, all year long, but the recovering demand exacerbated downside. And once you get the momentum going, yeah, there's definitely points of euphoria. And early on August and the early part of September was euphoric, and then most recently, as we approach $50 and crude oil specifically, a lot of euphoria. I mean, there's a lot of euphoria in markets broadly, but overall, we've seen a good projection of demand coming back online and vaccine tailwinds, and really everything priced in perfectly. And now you get this hurdle with UK, the new strand of the virus and how quickly it can spread, and new lockdowns, new restrictions, and a lot of that quickly weighs in on the market. But given all that, I think markets are holding in very well so far. I think that's a positive right now.
It could be worse. Yeah, that's right. I mean, the sell-off in stocks isn't that drastic. Is there a long-term case for bull here? For oil? I mean, in the sense that the majors have radically cut back their investment. U.S. shale production has come down. I know there's been something of a recovery lately, but are there real prospects of a tightening of supply in the years to come in oil?
Well, I do think that OPEC has done a terrific job of balancing the market, and really that has been an underlying tailwind. And then you have Chinese demand has been an underlying tailwind, and a lot of this has worked very well together to keep the market going. And we're back at a critical juncture. So really, the critical juncture, $43 to $44, we've overshot it. That right there tells me this market has added strength. We never really even retreated off of it. So I think the technicals are there for this market. $50 though is a very big technical resistance. It's a very big psychological resistance, and I think there's points in times where the markets are perfectly priced in for narratives that you get even a small point of news here with the UK, and I don't think it's only the UK, but I do think a little buy the rumor, sell the fact with Washington right now, and a little bit of that becomes an undertow in the market, and it pulls things back. The market profile is able to rebalance. But more specifically for your question, is there a longer narrative here, longer bullish narrative in crude oil? And I do think so. I think that there are going to be continued vaccine tailwinds. And I do think the economies around the world are going to continue to improve. And I think China is going to continue to be a very, very strong buyer of crude. And the U.S. dollar is going to continue to be weaker. So everything that's worked is going to continue to work. And we just can't go straight up in a straight line forever.
Actually, yeah, just spell that out for you. You think U.S. dollar, there's going to be downward pressure on the U.S. currency?
I do. I mean, it's not surprising to see it take a breather from time to time, and this being one of them. But we are breaking into what should be a multi-month and maybe a multi-year downtrend in the U.S. dollar. So I do think with the dollar index specifically, we could easily get down to 88 in the very near term. And trends in currencies tend to play out over a longer period of time. So you got all this stimulus out there, and whether it be the Federal Reserve, whether it be Congress, whether it be other central banks, all of this stimulus out there is sloshing around, and it's going to create inflation. It's going to be it's going to spark a fire under commodity prices, and we're going to see a bull market in commodities for multi-months, multi-years.